guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I thought I would just have a little play. It's been a really busy start of the week, and I know now it's Tuesday, and I haven't had a video out for a little bit, so I thought I would just make something. I'm not quite sure. I was having a little play. I've got sort of pile of papers that I was making some bits and pieces for the shop for. So I thought I would have a little play with these, and I just liked this sort of shape. I sort of like wanted I was just sort of making like a little folio thing, and instead of having it so just quite plain, I just cut out like a little shape. It's only just folded that in half, and I just cut out a little sort of like dip thing, if you know what I mean. And then I've popped it onto here, but I think that looks really nice. Not quite sure what we can pop inside, but I've done another one here. These are just some of my papers, my collage papers. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that, so you can make any shape at all. So I'm going to pop that on there, and I'm just going to draw around it. Famous last words, what did I do with my pencil? I don't know, let's have a look. Never seem to have a pencil. I've wanted a pen yesterday, and do you think I could find one? I have a whole craft room full of stuff, but do you think, well actually it was a pen that didn't even work. Oh, I really need to get some pens that actually work. I don't really use pens that much, but it was quite frustrating, and I had to get one from downstairs on Andy's desk. But yeah, I don't really use pens, but when you want one, I didn't have one, so I'm just going to quickly cut like that. So really simple, and again, leave that little bit flatter like that. Just gives it a nice shape. Right, now I've got to make sure I'm in shot. I must keep looking at my little monitor thing, but it's a little bit high actually. So do forgive if I'm not in the right place. I will get used to it eventually. Right, I'm just going to quickly ink around these little edgy bits so that we can see them. Like that. So I hope you guys had a lovely weekend and did lots of bits and pieces, lots of crafting, and had a nice weekend. I had quite a busy one. Well, I was making bits, and then we went out. Yesterday was a really busy day. Monday was busy. Had to go out and do a few little chores and stuff, and by the time I got back it was quite late. So no time to do a journal, but I did make a few little bits for the shop. I'm making some they're like little snippet rolls, but they're only like 12 inches long, so it's only like the size of a ruler, but they're like little snippet rolls, and I'm beading them. So I'm sewing on beads and things like that, and I just think they're so pretty. I know one of you lovelies under the last video said that to make bits that if people have got dexterity problems, you know, it's quite nice to have bits like that. So I'm trying to do some nice little sort of odd little bits and pieces that you might like to pop into your journals, or you know, embellish things with. I'll give you a quick peek in a second. Let me just finish inking this little bit. Not quite sure what we're going to do with these, but these are the papers that I had taken out. I had these papers, so I thought I'd just use them up, but I think that looks really nice, doesn't it? Just quickly peek. Let me just show you. Can you see? I've done sort of like some sewing on here, some little snippets, and they're quite nice because you can just sort of like cut pieces off. These have got little beads all over them. God, I've got ink everywhere. Careful I don't get it on these, but look, aren't they just beautiful? Look at that, I've got little beads on there, but I just thought they were lovely. So I've been making those in the evening, sat down. They are lovely. I've got a few more in there, but I'll show you it when I stock the shop up. Right, what shall we do? Shall we just do one at a time? Shall we pop something inside? I think that's quite nice to do like a little Velcro closure, because me and me Velcro, I do like that. What shall we have inside this one? That's a bit plain. These sort of go together, don't they? Shall I just make little, shall I make like a little, just like a little ephemera holder? Maybe this would be quite nice as, wouldn't it? What do you think? I think so. With a little bit of lace. That might look nice with that little bit of writing on there. It's nice, isn't it? So how big? Let's just eyeball it. Pop this there. Let's just do that for a minute. Pop that on there. That goes really nicely, doesn't it? Shall I pop on this side? That might look quite nice. I think I will. I think I will. What size was this? Let's just... That was 6 centimetres, or just under 2.5 inches. So let's do it. This one. It's about there. So we want them roughly the same. I think this is slightly longer. Let me just check. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's just a tiny bit. Just cut that little bit off there. Let's make sure they are level. Just that little bit. Just a tiny bit. Like that. There we go. Oh, I could pop some ribbon on, couldn't I? Which end was that? I didn't... Oh, there it is. Maybe we'll pop a little bit of ribbon on here. Make it quite simple. We don't need to have too much of a fuss on this one, I don't think. Let's pop it this way. Like that. So it's just like a little folder. Just a nice simple one to pop things into. Super simple. Let me just pop my little guillotine up there out of the way. Right, let's have a look. Here's something lovely. I love this ribbon. It's so soft. Look, I've got little sequins everywhere. This is just so pretty. I think I used this the other day as well, didn't I? Can't really see it though. What else could we put on there? Oops. What about this one? I do love this one. Do you think maybe I could put it on this side? Like that. Yeah, it's the wrong colour. I think it's the wrong colour. I don't really want to cover that up. I know what I'll do. I need some seam binding. That's what I need. Where's my seam binding gone? That's what I need to put on there. Nice little tea stain seam binding on there. Gosh, if we can find it. Okay, here we go. That's more like it, isn't it? That's a better match. Let's hope we have enough. And then we can just do a little sort of ruffly bit down through those. I think that will look nice. Let's hope I've got enough. I'm going to take it all off. There we go. Right, let's just ink this little bit. Just around these edges. And then what I can do, I can just pop bits of ephemera in there, which will look really lovely. And these are nice little just sort of extras, aren't they? And it's a simple thing for you to make. And you can pop in all sorts of things. There we go. Just cover those little white edges up. There we go, perfect. Let's pop that one to the side. I'm going to get, oh, I need that. Get my sewing machine out. Let's move this over. There we go. I believe you can see that one. I'm going to just pop this on there. Let's have this end. This one's a little bit flatter. I'm just going to sew down through there. And I think I might just see if I can just wrinkle it up a little bit by just pushing this under my needle of the sewing machine. So let's just give that a go. Take that out. Can you see? It's just got a lovely little ruffle on it. I hope I will have enough. Just chop those off. Here's little bits off. Then I will do the other one. So we need to go around this way again. So that's that way. So we want them so they sort of face each other. So I'll do it this way. Where's the end? There's the end. I've got some like creamy cotton in the sewing machine today. Let's just pop that on there. Perfect. Just move that over a little bit. We'll bring that back in a sec when we sew round. I'd like to sew around the whole of the little folio. So it's a really nice, simple one. Just cut that off. So there we go. Super simple. Let's just cut this little end bit off there. So that will just sit there like that. And that will just sit there like that. How simple can that be? Right, let's just glue this down. Take this. Pop a little bit of glue. Just a little bit on the edges. Just to hold it in place while I glue it. So just a tiny, tiny bit. When I sew it, I may not glue it. Pop that down on the side. There we go. And this one, I think maybe we pop little pockets or something on the outside, shall we? Maybe I've got some little bits of ephemera. Got a nice big pot of ephemera bits that maybe we can make some little thingy-majiggities. There we go. As that folds up. Lovely, lovely. Oops. So that can just fold in like that. How lovely is that? Right, what I would like to do, should we do the back? Should we pop something on the back? Maybe we'll have a little pocket. Should we have a little... I'm going to get my little box here. Look at this. I've got this great big box of lots of bits and pieces in here. I've got a little clip because it doesn't stay open. So let's just see. We want some little bits that will go with that. We don't want Christmas, do we? What else have we got in here? I've got all sorts. This is where I just throw all the odd bits. When I've been cutting out, I throw lots of little odd bits. So I'm going to just take some of these little bits on here. Should have really got myself a bit more organised, shouldn't I? Let's just take some of these little fussy cuts on here. Just to pop in, I'd like some little pockets. What's this one? The best comes to those. We expect nothing, appreciate everything. Or let's just have a number. Let's have a 29. What else have we got? Oh, lots of lovelies. So drum. I don't really want a drum on there. What else? Let's have a little rummage. Should we have that? So we can pop that in the pocket. You can pop that in the pocket. Let's have a look. What else have we got? These little ones. These are great, aren't they? Some of my little cakes in here. Every moment is a fresh beginning. Let's see if we can use that. It's a little hope one. This one. Fabulous. There we go. I'm sure we can do something with those. Oh, was that a Christmas one? You know what? We don't want Christmas. Not yet. Not quite yet. We'll wait until Christmas. We'll do a bit of Christmas after Halloween, shall we? Oh, that's quite nice. Where was that one? That was said evergreen. Am I going to find that again? Everlasting. Oh, that's quite nice. Let's have that one. Let's pop these to the side. Oh, I wish I could expand my room. I could do with a bit of a bigger craft room. I think would be quite nice. Right. It's got a little bird on it. Should we just embellish this a little bit? And pop some bits. And then we've got a little hope. We could do like a little collage down there would look nice, wouldn't it? And then this could be just like a little tucky spot in there. I think that would look nice. Let's just get rid of course, the little white edges. These little ones. Now I must print off some more of these because these were my very first little words and phrases. And I just love them. I keep forgetting about all these things. I've done so many things that I must go back. Well, I'm just going to glue two sides. I'm going to pop that there, like that. I think this is quite a nice little randomy one. Let's take a bit of grungy cheesecloth, chop a little bit off, because we can have a little bit of grungy down here, can't we? Now I need my, oh there it is, gosh, so much stuff on my desk I can't see anything. A little bit of glue there. Let's pop a little bit of that. Let's pop this on. Oopsie daisy. Let's pop that like that. Lovely. Now I do want to sew around this, so hopefully I won't forget. And then we can take a little card. Oh, this is batch, so that's quite nice. So that can just be a little bit of ink. And then that can just sit in that little pocket. So you can have something a little bit bigger than this if you just glue down two sides. And pop that on there. Look at that. That's fabulous, isn't it? So that's lovely. And then we just need some bigger bits. Not quite sure what have we got here. Just, I mean, I can get some of my, actually I could get some of my little postcards, couldn't I? What have I got here? I've got my ballet ones. These haven't got anything on the back. These are a pirouette of pink. Oops, if I can open that up. That's lovely. Oh, look, that just fits perfect. Beautiful, very nice, eclectic-y one, isn't it? I do like that. I need to back those though. I will back those with something like that. That looks good. What should we pop on the front? Maybe I could add a little bit of this. Just down the side. Like that. What do you think? I'm not quite sure. We shall see. We shall see, but I do want to put like a little pocket on the back. I think we'll use this so it matches in with the inside. I do like all these little bits. Let's cut a little section off. Let's cut. There we go. Let's see how big this is going to be. Little pocket about there. Let's just eyeball that. Roughly there, and then we could have probably use that little bit up and make a little pocket as well, couldn't we? Shall we get the let's just get our little punch. A little hole there. Let's eyeball this. Little hole there. There we are. A little bit of ink. I think we do need a little bit of sort of fabricy bits on here, don't we? Something, I think. Gosh, my poor little dog is on its last legs again. I get through so many of these. There we go. Let's just add just a little bit. Let's just sort of grunge this up just a little bit more. It's looking a little bit pale, I think. There we go. That looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Let's darken the corners. Oh, actually, what I might do, should we pop some corners on? Oh, I might do that. Let's do that before I forget. Let's pop those like that. So this is going to go on like that. So we've got little pockets, and then we will find things to pop in them. That might fit, might be a little bit too big. I was thinking, how can we do corners? We could do, let's do a little squares. Or, I wonder if I punch that out and then just cut that into 4. Would that work? No, well, it would work, but that's not what I would like. Let's go for just 1 inch. I'm going to do little inch squares. Like that. Let's do little square. Doesn't matter what size square, it needs to be square. And then pop that, oops. Pop that underneath, oops, if I can. Might be easier to do that just with a pair of scissors, actually. Let's just see. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Just so we got little, oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Gosh, what did I do with my dauber? Oh, there it is. Do tend to throw things. I've got to stop throwing things when I finish using them. Oops. Sort of like fling them across my desk, which is not a good habit to do, is it? I think we need these at the front as well. Let's pop them on here. Let's pop them on the back and see first. Let's have a look. Now I'm going to make some of these. I quite like this. I think this would be quite nice as shabby. This is a little bit grungy, but I think we need a little bit of a shabby one, don't we? Okay, I'm going to just stick these on. A little bit of glue. And do all this before I sew around the outside, because then these will be sewn along the top, won't they? It's a nice simple corner. I always forget to add sort of little embellishment bits like this. There we go. And they're so simple to do, aren't they? Push that up, make sure I'm in the right place. I don't think I cut this one very well. I just chop that just so it hasn't got that little flat bit on it. There we go. Perfect, look at that. Lovely. Right, where's my little pockets gone? Oh, there they are, hiding. They were hiding. So then these go like that. I think I might sew around them because I think that will give it a little bit of some. I like that. That's really nice. Now I think they do need to go on the front as well, don't they? So let's just cut 2 more little squares. Like that. Perfect. I'll do it like this. There we go. Easier pushing from this side than trying to get it under the other way like I did before. Let's hold that down. There we go. Lovely. Lots of little bits and pieces everywhere. Oops. Stand up. Let's get a little bit of ink. Ink these. Actually, this would be quite nice if you made some like leather looking paper. Do you know what I mean? Because it would look like you've got like little leather corners, wouldn't it? Which would be nice. Or you could have sort of metal looking ones if you had some gold or silver paper, depending on what type of journal or folio that you're making. This is nice. Okay. Do we want them on this? Do I need more? Oh my gosh, I think I need another 2. There we go. Let's pop these on the inside. Yeah, and if you make it out of the papers that you've made your pockets and things out of, it all sort of like coordinates, doesn't it? Not that you really have to, but you can make it nice and eclectic-y. There we go. Lovely. Oh, I know what happened over the weekend. I was trying to think why we had, because we had quite a bit of a stressful weekend, because there's a little dog that comes from next door, all across the road. And for some reason it loves to come into our garden. I think it's for the cats and dogs, but he's an absolute nuisance. He's one of those dogs that doesn't listen, he doesn't even acknowledge you. And he came in the garden and he attacked George, our cat, that was sleeping on the chair, and it scared him so much that he ran off, and I think he actually had him by his, had him in his mouth, got George's legs, and he tried to bite him, but George ran away and he didn't come back. We were out looking for him for the evening till it got dark, and he was so scared. And this dog, we took it back to its owner, and then half an hour later he was back in our garden again, but he doesn't have a collar and he doesn't have any ID on him, and in Portugal you have to have that on your dogs, and you have to have them chipped. But we keep saying to them, you've got to have him chipped, and we don't want him in the garden because now George is absolutely terrified, poor little soul. He won't go outside. He's about 9 or 10, so you know, cats last quite a long time, don't they? But, you know, he's very safe in our garden because it's all, you know, it's a safe garden. Well, it was until this dog gets in. I don't know how he gets in. I really, really don't. But we're trying to block everything off so he doesn't come in anymore. Because poor old George likes his garden, but he has been out once, I think. I have to stand out into the garden with him. Bless him. Poor little boy, poor little pussycat. Cat. But he will be okay, I'm sure. Look at that, doesn't that look nice? Right. Let's see, shall we, oh actually, shall we, I think what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take these little bits out. I'm going to just sew around this whole bit. And then I'm going to sew around these as well, the whole thing on both of these. So let's do that. Bring this in, you can see, so I will speed this up quickly. Let's just have a quick sew around these. Okay guys, so that is all sewn nicely, I hope. Let's pop that back out of there. Kept knocking all my spools over. Look at that, that's fabulous. Now, you probably can't see, well maybe you can, but I've got sort of like the white stitching on there, which I think looks really, really lovely. Let's just chop these tiny little bits off. Like that, tidy that up. Oh, look what I've done, I've caught that. Oh, there we go, that's okay. I haven't, I've caught this one. Let me just clip that. There we go. So as you go through the sewing machine, it actually pushes all of this way and sews it. So, okay. Oh, and I've done that one, look. Let's just clip that like that. Okay, lovely. I do like that. I like these little corners. Right, let's pop that down. Take our little pockets. Let's pop our little pockets on. Let's take these. Oopsie daisy. There we are. Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Lovely. Now watch the back. That's the back, isn't it? This is the back piece. Don't want to stick them on the wrong piece. So I'm going to have that one just a little bit higher. And then we're going to pop this little one just down there. So we've sort of got like a little double pocket. Let's pop that back in there. Right, so let's put this one on first. Oops. Come on, out you come. There we go. Just go along that little bit of sewing that we did on there. Lovely. There we go. That looks good. This actually, the colours on this one is it's quite masculine. So if you wanted to sort of give this to, you know, do this for, you know, your husband or a male friend, I think this would look really nice, wouldn't it? There we go. Lovely. I do like that. Oops, all these bits of thread everywhere. So that comes off. Oh, I'm glad I didn't put the lace down there now, because I wouldn't have been able to put the little corners on. So this is more of a a grungier one than a prettier one, isn't it? But I still think these would go in it. Oops. Won't they? I will back those. That can go in there again, can't it? So that's lovely. We need to put something on here. I'm going to pop a little Velcro fastener on there. But I'm just wondering, should we do like a little collagey thing on the front? I suppose you could make that into like a little tucky spot, couldn't we? Or should we have that down? I quite like that up there actually. Well, I should have got out more bits and pieces, but I think this will do. I can always add little bits later, can't I? What do you think? What's that? I think that's going to be... Got anything on the back of that? No. What do you reckon? That's not bad on there actually, is it? Oh, decisions. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get one of my little Velcros in a minute. Let's just pop one of these on. Oh, off you come. There we go. Let's just stick you on there. Pop that down. I think this is my last packet, so I'm going to have to get some more of those. I think that fits on there lovely. I think that would be quite nice. Should we have a little bit of grungy? Or should we have a little bow? Ooh, maybe I'll have both. Let's pop both on there, shall we? Take a little chunk of this. Stick that on there. What do you think? That looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then we could have a little bow underneath, I think. Then I'll get some bits and pieces and add some little bits of ephemera into this. I'll have a rummage round and see what ephemera I've got. Or I might need to go and print some off. But I can do that. I can do that at a later date. That's not too bad. Fabulous. That looks good, doesn't it? Okay, I'm going to have to... Oopsie daisy, what have I done? I'm going to have to colour some more seam binding, I think. Very protective of my seam binding because it's really hard for me to get hold of. Because of the postage, I get charged import tax on seam binding when I order it, and it's very, very expensive anyway to have the postage and it to be sent to Portugal, and to pay the import tax is really expensive. But I do love it, and you know, it is part of what I do and use, so I'm very, very frugal sometimes, so you won't see much of it in my packages on Etsy, but you'll see it in my makes. But, oops, let's just open that up. What's that like? Oopsie daisy. What do you think? That's really pretty. I think that's probably enough on the front because it's quite a... I think it doesn't need a lot on there. Let me just do my scissors up. There we go. Squeeze that down. Look at that. That's just lovely, isn't it? How simple. I think that looks quite nice and elegant actually. It's very sort of like neat and tidy, if you know what I mean, isn't it? But it's lovely. So I will go and find some bits and pieces later. These all need to be backed if they're going to go in these. But they are fab. So we've got little pockets at the back. that opens up, a little Velcro opening, and then we've got the little folio. Oops, a bit squashed, but I'm going to back these or maybe pop something else in there. We shall see, but I am loving it. So that's a nice simple one, very, very simple. So if you are a beginner, this is absolutely perfect because it's just from one piece of paper, and I love the shape of this. I think that looks really, really lovely. And if you didn't want to sew, you don't have a sewing machine, you can always stick a coordinating piece of paper. You can stick some ribbon on there. Look, I've got some little bits of lovely velvet on here, which would have looked nice as well on there. So it's very simple. So you can just do this with sort of like 2 pieces of paper, or these could be scraps. They don't even have to be straight. You could have them wonky on there, but I am loving it. And then we've got the little pocket there, which is fabulous. So there we go, guys. Nice little quick make, which I am loving. I will add some bits and pieces, and I'll probably end up popping this in my shop. So we shall see. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.